Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our regular call with SBR contributor David Schwab, where we cover the CFL. Right now we're going to take a look ahead to CFL Week 14, although as of this call, Wednesday afternoon, we only have two games with lines out, but we'll give picks and analysis of those two games. Anyway, David Schwab, thanks for being back with us.
Oh, good to be back, Peter.
All right, so two games. Do you have two picks on these two games?
Yeah, I saw that there was only, I did happen to notice just now that the Calgary BC line came out, but I believe it was just released. So yeah, I have a pick on the first two games that did have spread though.
All right. Well, I think I'm only going to give one pick out of these two games. I'll tell you what it is. Tell me if you agree with it or not. Montreal, Ottawa. You know, Ottawa, of course, coming off their super high OT loss, but easy cover against Saskatchewan, and I had a hunch that that's the way that game would turn out. I didn't have the balls to make it an official pick in these videos. Montreal got a good margin win against as an underdog against Calgary, held them to 15, and this total, I think I'm going to go with the under here. It was 47.5. Now it's down to 47, so that's a very low total, and it's headed down. But I think that we know Montreal. Their strength is always their defense this year, and I think that after last week's game, Ottawa's not going to have a full tank on offense. Montreal's defense should definitely be able to hold them down, and Montreal should try to get a win here, playing a relatively conservative game plan. So I'm going to stay off the side here, and I'm going to take the under 47 in this one. And then Saskatchewan, Edmonton, an interesting game, possible value one way or another, but too many wild cards in that one, so I'm going to stay off it. My only pick this week, Montreal, Ottawa, under 47. What do you think about that one, David Schwab?
Okay, once again, Peter, I think we're going to go head-to-head. We haven't done it too often this season, but I kind of looked at the exact same game and kind of looked at it from maybe a little bit of a different standpoint, just because I was pretty impressed with Montreal, the way they put up 31 points against Calgary.
Sure.
That was a big win. But even more impressive for Ottawa was the fact that they were able to score 32 points in that loss to Saskatchewan.
Sure.
So 32 points, definitely the biggest total that the Red Blacks had scored this season, I believe, if I look back. And Montreal, with the exception of week 12, they kind of slipped a little bit. But, 3 out of the last 4 weeks, that offense has been clicking under that quarterback, Jonathan Crompton. I think the Alouettes, maybe finally found someone to kind of be that full-time starter. They've had some issues this year at quarterback. Looking at some of the trends, I mean, the betting trends heavily lean towards the under in this game. So definitely going out on a limb here. I had the line at 48.5. I'm not sure what line you had quoted, but the trends in for both these teams this season have been under. But I'm going to kind of go in a different direction. Just thinking that maybe these two teams are going to light it up a little bit and light up the scoreboard. So I'm going to kind of go the opposite way on that pick. With the over. All
right. Well, the total right now is 47. So certainly in any CFL game, when you're taking an over on that low of a total, you can make a pretty good argument for it. So and for sure, both their offenses were very good last week. I'm just wondering if that's not a little bit of a fluky result. But if it's not, then certainly this game will easily go over a very low total of 47. So I can see your point, David Schwab. All right, what's your second pick this week?
Okay, looking at this Saskatchewan, Edmonton, Saskatchewan just isn't the same team, I don't think, with Darian Durant not in the lineup. Tino Sinceri, he played a little bit better last week, but they really had a struggle I'm going to give Ottawa some credit, like I did before, for scoring the 32 points, but they really kind of struggled to get past a 1-10 team or a 1-win team. So wasn't too impressed with Saskatchewan the last 2 weeks, actually. And then Edmonton, they've actually had a rough patch, but two of those losses, with only one win in the last 4 games, 2 of those losses were against Calgary, so kind of could understand that. And I just think that this is definitely a heated rivalry in the West Division, and Edmonton has really kind of dominated the series from a spread standpoint. I think the Rough Riders are about just 2-6 in the last road games against Edmonton. So I don't think that Saskatchewan didn't have success on the road against Edmonton before, and I just don't think they will now. So I'm going to lay it. I had 6 points. I'm not sure what the current line on that one is. I had Edmonton -6. I'm going to lay the 6 points and take Edmonton at home in this game.
Well, that's a pretty healthy spread in the CFL. Currently, 5.5 is also a widely available number. So for the purposes of this video, you can have Edmonton -5.5. All right, David Schwab liking Edmonton -5.5 for his first pick, and then second pick, he and I are going to go head-to-head on the over-under in Montreal, Ottawa, 47. He likes the over. I'm going to take the under. Low total. We will see. Thanks so much, David. Talk to you again next week.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.